Chosen one. If these words have found you today, it is not by accident. There are moments in life when a message arrives at exactly the right time, not because we were searching for it, but because our soul was ready to receive it. This may be one of those moments. For a long time, you may have felt different from everyone around you. You may have wondered why your path seemed harder, why people misunderstood you, why relationships came and went, and why life kept pushing you into seasons of solitude. While others appeared to move forward effortlessly, you often felt as though you were carrying an invisible weight. But what if that weight was never meant to break you? What if every challenge, every disappointment, every lonely night was preparing you for something greater than you could imagine? The truth is that chosen people rarely live ordinary lives. Their journey is different because their purpose is different. Before a diamond shines, it must endure immense pressure. Before gold becomes pure, it must pass through fire. And before a chosen soul can step into its destiny, it must experience transformation. Many people spend their lives seeking approval from the world. They chase acceptance, popularity, and recognition. But the chosen one discovers something deeper. The chosen one learns that true power comes not from being accepted by everyone, but from remaining faithful to the calling within. You were never meant to fit into every crowd. You were never meant to think like everyone else. You were never meant to follow the same road as the majority. That feeling of being different was not a flaw. It was a sign. Every time life separated you from environments that no longer served your growth, it was guiding you toward your purpose. Every closed door redirected you. Every setback strengthened you. Every betrayal taught you discernment. And now you stand at a powerful turning point. There is a shift happening within you. You can feel it. The things that once excited you no longer hold the same attraction. The distractions that once consumed your attention are losing their grip. The opinions of others are becoming less important. This is not a coincidence. This is awakening. Awakening is not always comfortable. In fact, it can be one of the most challenging experiences a person will ever face. When you awaken, you begin seeing truths that others ignore. You notice patterns. You recognize lessons. You understand that every experience carries meaning. Chosen one, your greatest breakthrough often arrives right after your greatest test. Think about your life. How many times did you feel like giving up? How many times did circumstances convince you that your dreams were impossible? How many times did you question whether your efforts were worth it? Yet somehow, you kept moving forward. Even when you were exhausted. Even when nobody understood. Even when the road ahead seemed uncertain. Something inside you refused to quit. That inner strength was never random. It was placed within you for a reason. The world may see your struggles, but it does not always see your growth. It sees the storm, but not the wisdom you gained while walking through it. It sees the challenge, but not the resilience being built within your spirit. And that resilience is becoming your greatest asset. Because the next chapter of your life requires a stronger version of you. Not a fearful version. Not a doubtful version. Not a version controlled by past wounds. A powerful version. A confident version. A spiritually awakened version. The moment you stop asking, why is this happening to me? And start asking, what is this teaching me? Everything changes. Your perspective changes. Your energy changes. Your future changes. The obstacles that once seemed impossible become stepping stones. The pain that once felt unbearable becomes wisdom. The losses that once broke your heart become lessons that guide your path. This is why your story matters. You survived things that many people would never understand. You carried burdens in silence. You fought battles that nobody saw. You kept going when it would have been easier to quit. And because of that, you are stronger today than you realize. Chosen one, this message is simple. Stop doubting your journey. Stop comparing your path to others. Stop believing that delays mean denial. Everything is unfolding exactly as it needs to. The universe is not working against you. Life is not punishing you. Your soul is preparing you. The challenges you face today are creating the strength you will need tomorrow. Learn now will become the wisdom you share later. And the person you are becoming will one day look back and understand why every step was necessary. Trust the process. Trust your growth. Trust the unseen work taking place within you. Because the truth is that your story is far from over. In fact, it may just be beginning. The breakthrough you have been waiting for is closer than you think. The transformation you have been seeking is already underway. And the future version of yourself is thanking you right now for refusing to give up. So stand tall, chosen one. Walk forward with faith. Move forward with courage. And remember this, you were never meant to be ordinary. You were meant to become everything you were created to be. And that changes everything. Chosen one, there is something you need to understand. The reason your life has never followed a predictable path is because your destiny was never designed to be ordinary. While many people are comfortable staying where they are, you have always felt a quiet pull towards something greater. Even when you could not explain it, even when you tried to ignore it, that feeling remained. It followed you through every stage of your life. It whispered to you during your hardest moments. It reminded you that your story was not finished. Many people think that being chosen means living a life free from problems. They imagine that purpose comes with comfort, certainty, and immediate success. But history tells a different story. Every great soul faced resistance. Every meaningful journey involved struggle. Every transformation required sacrifice. The reason is simple. Growth cannot happen without change, and change rarely happens without discomfort. Think about a seed buried beneath the soil. From the outside, it looks as though nothing is happening. Days pass, weeks pass, the darkness surrounds it. Yet beneath the surface, something extraordinary is taking place. Roots are forming, strength is developing, life is preparing itself to emerge. Your current season may feel like that buried seed. You may feel unseen. You may feel forgotten. You may feel as though your efforts are producing no results. But appearances can be deceptive. Just because you cannot see progress does not mean progress is not happening. Sometimes the greatest growth occurs in silence. Sometimes the most important transformations happen behind the scenes. Chosen one, there are blessings being prepared for you that require a stronger version of yourself. If they arrive too early, you would not fully appreciate them. If opportunities appeared before you were ready, you might miss their true value. This is why patience is not punishment. Patience is preparation. The waiting period is not wasted time. It is training time. Life is teaching you discipline. It is teaching you faith. It is teaching you perseverance. These lessons are creating the foundation for everything that comes next. One of the greatest challenges chosen people face is loneliness. Not because they are alone all the time, but because they often feel misunderstood. You may have experienced this yourself. You try to explain your vision, and others dismiss it. You share your dreams, and people doubt them. You talk about possibilities, and others focus on limitations. Over time, you learn to keep certain things to yourself. You realize that not everyone can understand what has been placed within your heart, and that is okay. Not everyone is meant to understand your journey. Some people are meant to walk beside you for a season. Others are meant to teach you lessons, and a few are meant to stay. The mistake many people make is holding on to relationships that have already served their purpose. They cling to what is familiar, even when it prevents growth. But chosen ones eventually learn that every ending creates space for a new beginning. Every goodbye creates room for a new hello. Every closed chapter makes way for a new story. This does not mean endings are easy. It means they are necessary. There are people who will leave your life because they cannot accompany you to your next level. There are situations that will disappear because they no longer align with your future. There are habits that must be released because they belong to an older version of you. And although these changes may feel painful, they are creating room for something better. Chosen one, your greatest enemy is often not failure. It is fear. Fear convinces people to settle. Fear encourages them to remain comfortable. Fear tells them to stay where they are because the unknown seems dangerous. But growth lives beyond fear. Everything you desire exists on the other side of courage. The moment you decide to trust yourself, a new chapter begins. The moment you choose faith over doubt, your energy changes. The moment you stop focusing on what could go wrong and start believing in what could go right, opportunities begin to appear. This does not mean challenges disappear. It means you become stronger than the challenges. There is a powerful truth that many people overlook. The obstacle is often the path. The very thing you are trying to avoid may contain the lesson you need most. The struggle may be developing your strength. The setback may be redirecting your course. The delay may be protecting your future. What seems like a problem today may reveal itself as a blessing tomorrow. That is why perspective matters. Two people can experience the same situation and see it completely differently. One sees defeat. The other sees opportunity. One sees an ending. The other sees a beginning. Your perspective determines your experience. Chosen one, the universe responds differently when you begin operating from gratitude instead of fear. Gratitude shifts your focus. It reminds you of what is working instead of what is missing. It strengthens your spirit. It attracts more reasons to be thankful. Every morning you wake up is a gift. Every lesson you learn is a gift. Every challenge that makes you stronger is a gift. When you begin seeing life through this lens, everything changes. You stop feeling like a victim of circumstances. You become a creator of possibilities. You stop waiting for permission. You start taking action. You stop doubting your worth. You start recognizing your value. And that recognition is powerful. Because the world often mirrors what you believe about yourself. If you constantly tell yourself that you are incapable, you will hesitate. If you constantly tell yourself that you are unworthy, you will settle for less. But when you recognize your strength, your actions begin reflecting that belief. You walk differently. You speak differently. You make decisions differently. You become aligned with the future you desire. Chosen one, there is greatness within you. Not because you are perfect, not because you have all the answers, but because you continue moving forward despite uncertainty. Because you continue believing despite challenges. Because you continue growing despite obstacles. That determination is powerful. That resilience is rare. And that resilience will carry you further than you can imagine. The chapter ahead of you requires faith. It requires the willingness to trust the journey even when you cannot see the destination. But remember this, you have already survived every difficult day that once seemed impossible. You have already overcome challenges that felt overwhelming. You have already proven that you are stronger than you thought. So why doubt yourself now? Why underestimate what you are capable of becoming? Your future is calling you forward. Your purpose is waiting for you. And every step you take today is bringing you closer to the life you were meant to live. Keep going, chosen one. The story is far from over. In fact, the most powerful chapter may still be ahead.